those good old boys, they was like, well, we're gonna put up bond and all of this stuff. And the judge is like, wait a minute, where's this money coming from? Because they said it at like a million. I think it was yeah, it was a million. I think it was a
Yeah.
little bit more, but they said it at a million. And then them good old boys came around, was like, oh yeah, we're gonna get this bond. Then the judge was like, wait a minute. Where's this money coming from? The judge was like, okay, this is how we're gonna do it. He gonna chop it down to 10. You got to have 10 bondsmen, that's gonna put up that 100K,
Right.
making it a little bit harder because the judge is like, "Where's this money coming from?" He's trying to make sure that's the new CEO of Xbox, so he's trying to make sure that the money ain't coming from a nefarious place because he don't want some backlash or anything like that. So that's why the judge is making it a little bit harder, and yeah, so it's a lot of, and then the other crazy part is with the Carmelo thing. These people are outside of these courtrooms, bro, showing they natural bumpkins.
They just arrested
Crazy work,
somebody too.
huh?
They just arrested somebody yesterday.
Yeah, and I'm like, bro, this is going crazy. It's too crazy, bro.
There's a lot going on, man.
And that's why I say, bro, I just want to just dip out and just go somewhere safe.
Yeah, it seems like this world getting crazy. Yeah, more and
Mm-hmm.
more things
There's
seem to
no
happen
safe
every day.
location, man.
It's
Everything
getting
is going
ridiculous, man.
on around the world.
Mm-hmm.
See, the
Yeah, it's getting
internet
ridiculous,
is.
bro. It was definitely getting ridiculous.
Yeah, that's facts, bro. So,
But what's crazy is though, bro, it's kind of been like this. It's just,
no, I don't think it was this crazy though.
man, listen, it has been. It
You
has
think
been.
so?
Yeah, it's just spread. It seemed to be, well, I guess it was more condensed, because things been crazy. It's a little more condensed, but I guess it's like starting to become like a norm kind of thing. You know what I'm saying?
Everything is videotaped now. So,
Yeah, and you get to see it more. So I think that's more or less the difference, if anything. But now it's been crazy, man. You just actually, if you ain't in the area or you live in, those particular spots, you probably wouldn't get to witness some of those
Right,
things as much. And now that it's on the internet, you get to see it a little bit more, and get to
right.
shine a little more light to it. So, but it's been crazy, man. It's been crazy. It does seem like it's starting to spread out a little bit more.
Yeah,
You
it's a
know.
lot, bro.
yeah,
And
but the crazy part about it is, man, you could claim self defense in a lot of different ways. And then murder in certain many ways. If you shoot somebody in the back, that's murder.
Yeah, exactly. They was fleeing. You're not supposed to do that.
Like
At least that's what I learned
if I tell
from
you
different
not to
tribes.
touch me, and all I'm telling you is I'm giving you multiple warnings, and then
Hmm.
you decide to go and take it upon yourself to put your hands on me, I have the right to self defend myself.
but why not, remove yourself from the location though?
You're right, you can. But was it anybody thinking about that way at the time? Because the way they saying it is he was surrounded by a whole bunch of other people.
Yeah.
So, and he was sitting down, and they surrounded him.
Uh-huh.
So how can you get out of a situation if you have six boys surrounding you and you telling them leave you alone, but one took it upon himself to put his hands on you?
He may have had no choice but to be in the situation he was in. So sometimes it's like it is not called like there's something that happened in school. You know what I mean? Because that's we talking about the Carmelo thing, right?
Yeah, you being
So
bullied.
yeah, so if it's a school that you ain't placed yourself in, that's somewhere somebody you live with, maybe a guardian or something like that, placed you in that school because you had to go where they go. So sometimes you don't really have a decision in the matter. It's just kind of play out that way. You become a product of your environment. So that's just how that come. Like so, if you in school, you thinking about like, all right, I was it was self defense. I stabbed because it was too many of them. That's just it's kind of what you learned growing up from where you at, in a sense. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't
Hmm.
ever you ain't really in a safe place. If you had a decision to be in a safe place, then maybe it'd be different for you. You
But the
have a
crazy
different
part
choice.
about it is the dude that called him over there talked about he didn't know him, but they knew each other. He didn't
Mm,
go into the tent just to be going. He went over there to talk to somebody because somebody wanted to talk to him.
yeah. Mm.
I just hate that he's so young and they giving him what was it, 35 years?
35.
Jeez.
No, that is ridiculous. So, but I mean, I don't know. It's one of those situations. Damn if you do, damn if you don't. It's almost like it's almost like shit. If I ain't had to do this, they probably did beat me to death. You know what I'm saying? So you just it's one of those things. You never know. Like
Hmm.
it just depends on how they how they see it fits. That's just pretty much one of them things. Yeah, I
Hmm.
I don't know. I guess in a sense, definitely it's definitely self defense in my eyes because just as well as we could blame him for stabbing somebody, we can also blame them for provoking them. You
But
know?
they also, it's also they trying to make it into a race war to a race thing too,
Yeah,
because you had a whole jury full of white people. The judge was white, prosecutor was white, and that was it. And then it was a dominantly white neighborhood and location where he actually did all this at.
right.
So now they trying to make it into a
A menace to
race
society type of
a
thing. Sound
race
like they need
type of
to
thing
get him out of there.
because they feel like he didn't get a fair trial.
Oh, you talk about on that? Yeah, from that standpoint. I thought as far as
They said it was
the
you
reason why
got
they
some
try
people
they
saying that it
charge
was
him.
a legal lynching under the radar.
Mm. This is a black on. See, I don't know nothing about it. I'm only just going off of base what y'all saying. Is this a black on black crime type of thing?
No,
No.
Oh,
he was a
oh,
hundred. He's 5'8", 100. He was 5'8", 160 something pounds. And the guy that got the kid that they say he murdered was 6'1", 215, and then he have a twin brother the same size. So mostly
mm,
everybody that was around him was way bigger than him.
yeah, he needed a lawyer or something.
His lawyer
He,
trash, man.
trash,
His
garbage.
lawyer
I
was
will say his lawyer
trash.
was garbage.
His lawyer didn't do nothing. Didn't eject nothing. Nothing. Man was
Yeah,
just sitting there.
yeah,
That's why they're going right back to they're going back to the regular well, they're going to appeal it. They trying to appeal it now, but I don't agree with the parents spending all of that goddamn money, bro. I don't agree with that part.
No, I don't at all.
me neither.
That was like, oh, we need a house and you need a Cadillac Escalade, bro, or whatever they got. They got a big car, and I was like, for what?
But a
Yeah,
lot of
that,
people been donating money to them too.
I understand the donations, but like, what really is the ultimate end game? You feel me?
Yeah, you
yeah.
should have been using that money for a better lawyer.
I guess they said they're gonna get a better life off of this sorrow. I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But your son is in jail for 35 years.
Facts,
So
bro.
that money that you using to buy a bigger house in Cadillac, you could have used that
For some good
for
lawyers,
some outstanding lawyers because you could
somebody that's
tell
gonna
that
somebody that's
lawyer
gonna
was
ask those
trash.
kids the right questions and the police officers.
That lawyer
Oh
Hmm.
was
my god,
trash.
I really want us to watch a YouTube video like this chick that I follow is really good because because everybody's saying like down in Texas everything is not created equal. So she did the comparison from a YT person and Carmelo Anthony, the
Oh
both
yeah, I saw that one.
similarities.
Yeah,
You saw that one,
I
bro?
saw it.
I was like, wow, this shit is
Yeah,
crazy.
I don't even. Let me see if I can
you
find it.
should run. You should run it. Yeah, why not? Definitely, why not?
Oh, you want to see it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
why not?
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Okay, let me pull it up. The city is mine. I'm not a lawyer, but
that is crazy work.
mm-hmm.
I want to get a better understanding of the characters of the situation too. So
Okay, yeah, here it go. Let me see. Oh no, I'm not gonna make it full screen. I need to see other shit. Okay, here it goes. Let me pause this real quick. Now she explains it well. I like it. Y'all need to follow her. She good, folks. Let me see. Can y'all see my screen? Nope.
You gotta
On the
share
wrong.
screen.
Okay, on the wrong screen.
Yeah, I follow her on TikTok.
Yeah. She cool. Okay,
hmm
let me pause the music and where's my audio source coming from? Because I don't think that y'all can hear this. Can y'all hear it?
Barely.
barely as well.
Okay, just keep chatting while I figure this out. Got both of those. Okay, so it's on the audio. Let me see. Where is my?
I'm trying to wonder how long.
It's only 8 minutes. It's not that long. Is my speakers on? Hell no. What the fuck? That's why. Let me share it through Ninja because this is just. Let me share it through Ninja and do the audio portion. Okay, YouTube. Okay, get that up and running.
Yvonne, the #1 rated business travel platform lets your team book work travel in one place: flights, hotels,
That's a
cars,
little bit
while
louder.
staying within budget and earning professional rewards. Right now, they could be giving you $500 in Yvonne rewards for onboarding your company. Finance teams love it too. Real-time spend tracking,
Jesus, come
automatic
on,
approvals.
motherfucker, skip
A
that.
lot of people have been commenting it.
Okay, and y'all said y'all can barely hear it, or
Now
it's
we can
good.
hear it right there. We heard it right there, but we don't have the
Oh,
video.
okay, yeah, I'm about to share it. Just trying to figure out what is what. Share video. Share screen. Share screen. We're gonna do Carmelo Anthony. Gonna include share. Let me make them separate screens so I can make it look good. Okay, there we go. That's perfect. All right. Now this is video. This is YouTube. Okay. All right. Here we go.
And DMing me this picture, which compares the verdict and sentence for Carmelo Anthony versus the verdict and sentencing for another man whose name is Kason Allison. And I'm not a lawyer, but I decided to do a little digging to see what the actual similarities and what the actual differences are between these two cases. So let me tell y'all what I found. So first, let me fill you in on Kason's actual case. So back on May 3rd, 2022, Kason Allison, who was 18 at the time, was a senior at Belton High School in Texas. It was a Tuesday morning, and around 9:47 a.m.,
Same state
him and
now.
another friend of his walked into the boys' bathroom at the school, and by the time Kason left, he had stabbed his 17-year-old classmate, Joe Ramirez. Now, in context, what led up to the stabbing is that prom was 4 days earlier. And while the two of them were at a prom after party, they got into it because Joe felt like Kason was being aggressive toward the prom date of one of Joe's friends. So they had this verbal altercation, and Kason claims that Joe pulled a gun on him during this altercation. But it's worth noting that a friend testified at the trial that it wasn't Joe, it was someone else.
A friend of Allison shared today that he saw someone pull a gun on Allison at the prom after party, but it was not Ramirez.
So the two of them have this argument, and afterward, a Snapchat group message is created where Kason suggests that the two of them should fight at a park. Joe apparently says he's not down for the park, so the two of them plan to fight at the school, but they never lock down a time and a place. Now, before the day of the fight, Multiple of Joe's friends testified that he told them he planned to seriously injure Joe.
Another close friend of Allison returned to the stand today discussing text messages between the two of them, and those texts contained things like Allison saying, "Bro, bring me a gun." Quote, "He wanted Joe on life support and wanted to stomp his head in."
And then when detectives pulled Kaysen's Snapchat messages, they heard a voice recording of him telling someone, quote, "We finna catch them tomorrow, and I'm going to send him to the hospital." So that happens in between prom and Tuesday, May 3rd. And then on Tuesday, the school day starts, and after first period, Joe and 4 of his friends go to the boys' bathroom because that is apparently something they did every day. But this time, shortly after they go to the bathroom, the school cameras catch Kaysen and a friend of his also walking into that same bathroom. Now, according to the testimony from the trial, this meetup was not planned, and Joe was actually surprised to see Kaysen in the bathroom. Multiple witnesses who were also in the bathroom at that time testified that Kaysen did not want to fight at school. He emphasized they were close to graduation and he did not want to risk that, but Joe apparently wanted to fight. In a recorded interview with detectives, Kaysen says that once the boys started taking off their backpack, he took out a knife that he had brought to school with him and said, quote, "Don't touch me or I'll stab you." At this point, a student that was also in the bathroom takes out his phone and begins recording the altercation. And on that video, he captures Joe swing on Kaysen lunge and stab Joe. Then there's a scream and the video cuts. Now, following this incident, Kaysen is caught on the cameras running out of the bathroom. He ends up making it all the way to his house. But because multiple students were witnesses, they were able to tell police and officials that Kaysen was the one who did this. So law enforcement arrives at Kaysen's house within the hour, and they find him in his bathroom on the phone telling someone he, quote, "did something at school," and asking them to take him to Waco, Texas, another city. Police search Kaysen's house and they find the knife that he used, and although Kaysen told them he only stabbed Joe one time, the medical examiner testified on the stand that Joe was actually stabbed 4 times.
We learned there was one large stab wound across Ramirez's chest, which caused multiple injuries to both the heart itself and the left lung, as well as 2 stab wounds on his buttocks and a wound on his upper back and left forearm.
When someone fails to pay their property taxes, the government actually
Now this is where it's gonna go crazy, bro. She about to start doing the comparisons
by paying the taxes. Then when the owner finally pays, you get the interest.
So following this, Kaysen was charged with murder. But during the trial, the jurors were given the option to convict him of murder, manslaughter, or criminally negligent homicide. And his jury chose criminally negligent homicide, which in layman's terms means you've committed some kind of negligent act that you didn't realize would end up killing somebody.
that you didn't realize. Crazy.
10 years in prison. Now, for the sake of context, there was some testimony that Joe and his friends were known to get in fights and apparently known to jump people. Okay, so that's the background. Now let's do a quick run through of some of the similarities and some of the differences. First up, there's a clear difference in the history each of these defendants and their victims had with each other. Kaysen and Joe obviously went to school together and had some hostility with each other, even if only for...
Now watch how she break this down, bro. You got to pay attention how she about to break this down.
For 4 days. Carmelo and Austin Metcalf, on the other hand, had no history. They didn't go to school together and they did not know each other before that day. Next, let's talk about the planning aspect. So it's clear from the Snapchat messages that Kaysen and Joe were planning to fight. In fact, according to what was presented, Kaysen was the one who first suggested a location for the two of them to fight. And he communicated to multiple people that he planned on seriously injuring Joe through this fight. As far as planning on Carmelo's hand, there was no evidence presented in his trial that there were any communications or planning involved indicating that he was looking for this fight. Now, they both did have knives on them on the day of the incident that they brought to school grounds, but based on the evidence that was presented, Kaysen communicated his intention on using that knife, and there was no evidence presented that showed Carmelo communicated his intent with the knife. Okay, next, let's talk about the threat or warning that both of the defendants gave to their victims. Kaysen told detectives in his recorded interview that he told Joe prior to stabbing him, quote, "Don't touch me or I'm going to stab you." And that has a lot of similarity to what Carmelo told Austin before he stabbed him, which was, quote, "touch me and see what happens." Okay, now let's talk about level of force. In Cason's case, there was video evidence that showed Joe punched him, and during the trial, there was testimony that that punch resulted in Cason having a closed head injury. And there was also claim from people on the witness stand that when they were all in the bathroom, Joe and his friends locked the bathroom door to prevent Cason and his friend from leaving. But that claim was never proven. It was just something somebody said on the stand. Now, in Carmelo's case, on the other hand, there was never any consistent testimony about how hard Austin touched Carmelo before Carmelo stabbed him. Someone said it was a push. Someone said it was a two-handed push. Other people said it was a shove. And one person even said it was a lineman move. So the one thing that is for certain is that it wasn't a...
Do y'all know what a lineman move is?
Break that down.
I don't know.
What that is.
Oh, okay. Okay. I was about to say, I don't know. Okay, cool.
Oh, it's a shove.
That makes sense. Okay. A big shove. Okay.
Punch. But the one thing that's similar between the two cases is that the victims in both cases committed the first assault or unlawful touch. Next, let's talk about what happened after the stabbings. So in Cason's case, he left the school premises, went to his house, and officers caught him on the phone trying to get a ride out of the city. Carmelo, on the other hand, did leave
He
the
tried to
scene
dip.
when this incident happened, but he was stopped by a coach where he remained on scene until police came. Okay, and now the last comparison I've noted has to do with the verdict. So in both cases, jurors had the option to convict the defendants of murder or manslaughter. But in Cason's case, they were also given the option of this criminal negligent homicide. Carmelo's attorney did ask the judge for this option, but the prosecutors argued that that should not be an option for the jury because there isn't, quote, any evidence in the record that the defendant was unaware that his actions could lead to death.
That is.
And after
So
hearing
why
that
not him?
argument, the judge sided with the prosecutor, and so this option was not given as a lesser included
Right here. This is where a good lawyer would have totally fucking fought this shit right here.
charge to the jury. So, since both of these cases happened in Texas, the defendants were given the option to have the judge issue their sentence or the jury issue their sentence. In Cason's case, he chose the judge, who ended up sentencing him to the maximum allowed for criminal negligent homicide, which is 10 years. Carmelo, on the other hand, chose the jury to issue his sentence, and they sentenced him to 35 years, where the max was 99. Okay, so that's my comparative analysis, and I'm curious what you think about the similarities and the differences.
So that shit was crazy, bro. When she broke that down, I was like, bro, that is crazy. Like, if you just look at everything, is almost the same, almost the freaking same, bro.
Actually, it's not.
The problem
One
is
kind of like premeditated. The other one just really
Yeah,
does
like
know.
his, like, I'm coming after you. But that's the crazy part. How he get 10 years, he get 35.
yeah, but the problem is his lawyer did not fight, bro.
Yeah, I agree.
His
I
lawyer
agree.
did not fight for nothing.
That's exactly what that sounds like.
And
Yeah,
then
like
his lawyer told him not to
Oh.
testify. So if somebody want to testify for, if just think about it. If you are going to trial for self-defense, you might want to listen to the person that actually committed the crime because he felt his life was in threat. His life was in danger. So if I feel like my life is in danger, nobody else can tell me nothing different.
Right. Right.
Did I
And
know
did
I
y'all-
was going to kill him? No, I was just trying to get him off of me and get him away from me.
And did y'all see the dad as of late?
No.
Let me show, bro. It's kind of sad, bro. Like this is the part that makes me upset. Hold on, I'm just switching up stuff. Like, y'all gotta hear this dude, and I'm getting so tired of this.
Let me make one up. Y'all can let me make something racist up so y'all can go viral. I got a new name for Mello, okay? Because he was such this little boy I was trying to portray. How about Watermelon Fella? How's that one strike you? Let me make one up. Y'all can let me make something racist up so y'all can go viral. I got a new name for Mello, okay? Because he was such this little boy I was trying to portray. How about Watermelon Fella? How's that one strike you?
Oh yeah, he was going in,
bro.
He was saying all kind of stuff, bro.
Yeah, he was going back. He was going crazy, bro. And how Tonyo, how tall did you say he was, Carmelo?
Carmelo was 5'8", and they say he at the time he was only like 137 or 147 pounds.
Against those big
And
country.
then her son, the guy that he murdered, they say he murdered. Um, that guy was 6'1", 215 pounds, and his
Hmm.
brother, his twin brother, was with him. They the same.
Yeah.
They the same height.
So coming at him together.
Yeah.
That is, boy, that is fucking ridiculous. That was a
Yeah,
so they were coming to jump him, pretty much. That's what
that's
it
what he
sounded like.
believed.
Yeah, now if they would have jumped that young man, they probably would have killed that boy.
Well, oh, would, and now we'll never know because he took it into his own hands. He like, I got me in mind,
Yeah, yeah.
and he stood on business. I'll give him that. He stood on business, but I don't think kids should be walking around with knives and stuff though. That's just me. I know y'all feel a
I mean,
certain type of
yeah,
way out.
yeah,
Knives, guns.
yeah. He probably could have took that beat down and was, and maybe would have been fine.
Yeah,
They may not even hit like that. So, you know,
and I just don't think kids should.
I don't agree, man. I mean,
You think
if
they
you
should? You
I don't
oh,
think they
okay?
should
So
take
so what
away,
age
but
should?
the world this
So
world is right now, why not have some type of weapon to protect yourself?
okay, so how early? How
Why
early
not?
is it? At kindergarten, first grade, second grade? Where's the line drawn?
The line is drawn when you don't feel safe. It don't matter
well,
what age you is.
So you don't feel safe. Okay, I don't agree because uh a lot of kids get into fights and stuff at school, especially in those early grades and stuff. That's what I'm saying. Like, at what age will you say, okay, carry this pocket knife, and if you don't feel safe, go and stab your classmate?
Okay,
Give me give
you're
me a
right.
grade. That's
Okay,
all I'm
so
trying to say.
basically you can't do that as an age. So check this out. So if I'm getting bullied every day from first grade all the way to sixth grade, I'm telling the teacher all the time, hey, do something. They don't do nothing about this man, at that person, or nothing. When is it going to stop for adults to step in to stop the bullying? Eventually, I'm going to get tired and I'm going to defend myself.
Yeah, and I don't think the bullying is going to stop. I don't think the bullying is going to stop. But I don't know. Well, my family, they was like, pick up the heaviest thing you can and knock them in their head and try to knock them out. And that's where I learned. That's where I
So if you pick
started.
up something, that's a weapon.
Of course, but it's not nothing that I'll pick up a
you can
brick.
kill
I'll pick
you
up
can
a
kill him.
book.
You can kill him. You can kill him with that too, though.
So if
G.
I
I know.
bash your
Yeah.
head in with a brick and you fall down and you bump your head even more, you go into a coma and you die from a brain
It's,
aneurysm.
it's also true. It's also true. I
Trauma.
agree. I
So
agree. I could kill
Blunt
somebody
force
with a
trauma.
brick, but once you pick
Hmm.
up a brick, they have a tendency to kind of be like, I've been in a lot of fights, so I know. I was like looking around, and I pick up something, and I put it in my hand. They kind of hesitant. They not rah 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 anymore. And I was like, come on over here, Cletus. That's what I'm saying. But if you pick up a knife, a gun, now the whole story kind of really changed. That's
hey
what I'm
man,
saying.
you was taught whatever around you, you pick it up, right?
Yeah.
So if a knife is around you, you pick it up.
How many knives do you see just laying around?
I'm just saying, you never know, man. So like,
Yeah.
if somebody breaking it, somebody come in my house, they
No. Let's keep
okay.
it at the school.
Let's say you
let's
do
keep it
it.
at us
Okay,
at school. Let's keep it
so
at us at
so
school.
we
Let's,
stay in the school form, right?
yeah.
Say you are inside home ec. I don't know if they
Okay.
still have home ec,
No, they don't.
but we
Let's
in
go to
home
science.
ec.
We in science class. We in science class.
Okay, we in science class.
Hmm.
So what they give you in science? They give you a scalpel, right?
Yeah, because you got to dissect the
You
frog.
gotta
Yep.
dissect the frog. They give you a scalpel. So if I use a scalpel to defend myself, the
I
school
get it.
provided it for me.
That's also true. I get it. That's also true. I mean, I'm with you when you're right, but like I'm saying, what I don't to the point of killing somebody.
Bro,
There's
sometimes fear can put you in some strange spots. That boy
oh,
probably
yeah,
wasn't. It
trust
probably
me,
wasn't
trust.
even a.
Yeah, I
Probably
know.
wasn't even thinking of it. It just probably was a situation that just kind of happened, bro. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That could have been a pocket, a little pocket knife he could have got from his grandfather. Something that was like a souvenir or something.
Mm-hmm.
Found that was special. He just was carrying it around. Fear,
Mm-hmm.
man, it could put you in some bad spots, man. Sometimes. So I understand what bro trying to say as well. Like I mean, you is sometimes you might you don't use a knife. Every knife ain't used to cause harm. It could have been a little guy that did a lot of fishing with his, with
Yeah. I
you
get it,
know what I'm saying?
and
Something like that.
a lot of them, they do go, fishing and hunting and all of that stuff, and I get that too. And then I I feel bad for both of them, but I just don't agree bringing weapons onto school grounds. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that.
Because I mean, you can
If you
I can get it. It could be a kid. My
That's what
son
I'm
got
saying. It
stabbed.
could be my
My
kid,
son
and I
got
won't.
yeah. My
Yeah.
son almost lost his eye in a fight when he was in school.
Hmm.
Boy stabbed him right underneath his eye with a pencil.
Yeah, and yeah.
He had to get a couple stitches right underneath his eyes, a couple what's the name spots up. You know.
So
Facts.
that's pretty much how you got to think about how we tell people to defend themselves. So we sit here and tell kids, "Hey, what the first thing you find, use.
Well,
Hmm.
What is it? Well, are we setting a bad example?"
I don't think we setting a bad example. I think this is just the nature of the beast. I mean, there's always been bullies in school. There's always, but I'm saying right now, it just seems like it's a little bit more extreme because kids are dying, bro.
I understand
so,
that.
so D, you got to think of this as like a two-sided coin, which the way you're thinking about it. So
Hmm.
say if he didn't have the knife, this wasn't a knife situation, and the boys jumped on him and beat him to death. How would we look at that? Nobody was there to stop him.
And
You get
what
what
I'm
I'm
saying,
saying?
yeah, I get that
Because
too.
we focused on the knife. We probably should be more focused on how do you protect kids from having to be bullied inside the school. That's probably what we need to be focused on.
And I agree with that too. But I think a lot of people need to just walk away. Walk
It's
away.
not that. What you going? It's not that simple, D.
Why?
What you
Well,
mean?
in the Metcalf, in this situation, in the Carmelo situation, why not just walk away? Why not just?
What was he going to walk away from if he had people on him? You don't think them boys would have followed him? Probably punched him in the, what we
I don't
call a
think
sneak
so.
attack.
No, because I get that he was underneath their tent, and they was like, "Yo, exit the tent."
But we missing the main piece. Somebody
What's the
under
main
that
piece?
tent called him over there to talk to him.
I get that his homeboy called him over there, and his homeboy, and I wish the homeboy they would. Did they bring the homeboy up
Yes,
on the?
he said he didn't know him. And then the
The,
prosecutor,
did the homeboy go to the same school?
he went to the same school as the Metcalf boys.
Okay.
But when they cross examined him, the defense lawyer asked them, like, you say you didn't know him, but you got all these pictures of you and him together.
Right.
But then he said, I didn't know him like that. And that's what I'm saying is like we missing the defense messed this trial completely up.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, the defense should have more witnesses. They should have had more people talking. They should have been cross-examined. The 21 witnesses they was there being hostile. They need to be ejecting when they need to do it. They didn't do nothing.
Yeah. And I do think the lawyer didn't do his due diligence because it was pretty much weak. We heard everything from, the prosecutor's side. It was really strong, but the defense, it was just like, what's going on here? What's going on here? Like, why are we not
Yeah.
pushing, these, real good questions that should be asked? Because I would definitely like to know more about what happened under that tent, why you was there in that tent, how did you get here? And I get self-defense also. I get it. I'm just me personally, no weapons on school grounds or school activities, period. That's just me. Why
I'm
why
not
you
gonna
got
lie to
this?
you. I kind of, if I'm sitting back and I'm thinking about everything you're saying, you maybe got to put. Maybe if they would just tell him to get from underneath the tent, he probably should have just got from underneath it, even though somebody called him over there
Yeah,
to
and
just move away from the situation.
and that's what I'm
That's
saying. I
probably
was
why
like,
he got. Yeah, that's probably why he got prosecuted the way he did.
And that's what I'm saying. Like you got to control your emotions. If they in their feelings, bro, just get, get up and leave. All right, bro. I'm gonna holler at you because they tripping.
Yeah. Like I
What
said,
is
I didn't know much about the situation, but listening to the breakdown, listening to everything, like yeah,
yeah?
he probably could have just walked away from that
And
He
that's
situation.
what
could
I'm
have just
saying.
walked
And
away.
Just told his friend, like, you know what, man,
they
it's an
tripping,
issue
bro.
with me being over here. I'm gonna go ahead and slide, yo. We get up. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
But if
and that's
somebody
it.
keep coming at you aggressively, man, and you telling them, "All right, man, just leave me alone. I'm not bothering you. I'm not doing anything. I'm just sitting here. I'm getting told to come over here. Why are you so aggressive towards me? You
Yeah,
could have
'cause-
walked away too.
I get that. So let's put it in a grown man stance, okay? Let's just say we in Magic City. Let's just say we in Magic City. We all got our sections, okay? I call you over there to my section and some randos, like y'all know how sections are. Like
Yeah.
you can have this one
Mm-hmm.
little piece of the same section, but you got some other little people that's over here in the same section, but y'all got to divide it.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
The section that's left of mine, they trying to bring all of their other chicks, and I got my boys over there. They was like, "Hey, yo, y'all need to get out so we can bring more chicks over there."
Mhm.
At what point do we get into an altercation, or is it that deep, or do we bring over somebody of authority? What are y'all gonna do in that situation?
So what I would
Or
do is,
because I got a pistol and a knife on me, what we gonna do?
I don't know you. Like, how do I even know you? Like, for real. Like, I'm gonna
We
ask
we
you.
homeboys. We homeboys. Me and you homeboys, and I'm calling you over to my section.
Nah.
The people next to us is the ones tripping because the section is getting crowded and they want to bring more chicks in. For whatever reason, they want y'all extra people to leave. They know I've been here because I'm in my section first. Make sense?
Okay. So
Yeah, I'm not leaving that
I'm
section,
not
D.
gonna
I'm
leave it.
totally
I'm gonna
different in the
talk to
Oh,
them.
so
situation.
y'all
I'm gonna
say
be
y'all
like,
not
I'm a
leaving
little,
either?
I'm a
so the
little, I'm
crazy,
a
the
little more
crazy part
strict with
about
it.
it
I
is,
ain't
man,
even,
what I would
don't,
do is, and
we
that's
ain't
just
doing none of
me
that.
just thinking logical. I'm like, all right, man, you want? Let me ask you a question. Won't you just let's just move this screen, this separation, and just open it up both sections, and then we be
Yeah,
good. Just bring the girls on in.
I agree with that. I agree with that. I agree. Compromise, compromise.
Yeah,
But
but you got to
also,
think about it. He wasn't level headed, and the
but how
guy
you?
that came to him
But that's what I'm
aggressively
saying.
wasn't level
But that's
headed.
what I'm saying. Where's the control? Where's the control? Like, hey, I'm just over here talking to my homeboy. I'll get out y'all section whenever. That was never said. It was just like, get out of our section. No, F you. I ain't going nowhere. I'm over. Well, it wasn't said that he was over there talking to his homeboy. That came out later. That was like because
Mhm.
at the beginning, everybody was like, why was he in the other team's tent? And
Yeah.
then it later came out that his homeboy called him over. So that's kind of the hard part for me. That's kind of the hard part for me. And I was like, oh, so his homeboy called him over there to the tent. The other randos came in like, hey, we don't know you. Move. I get that part too. And I was like, move for what? Because this is not your tent. Hey, I'm talking to my homeboy. I ain't gonna be here long. Now if they still coming aggressive, then I'm like, all right, bro. I'm out. I'm out, bro. They
Mhm.
tripping. Or we'll meet up later. Whoop to whoop. But at what point? I think it's kind of an ego kind of thing. Like I don't know. That's just me. And then, like I said, I don't think weapons should be at kids' events or, on school property at all.
I get
Another
that.
thing, fella,
I get.
that's another thing
Like I
we
said,
failing
I
to
get that.
realize, D. The other
Huh?
thing we failing to realize
But
is 17 really
anything
is
could be
not.
turned into a weapon though. Like,
I agree, but I'm just talking about guns, knives, something that I bring from home, something that I
okay,
bring from
Yeah,
home for the intent of hurting
mm,
somebody else. I don't think that's needed at school.
so
yeah. No,
Okay,
if I bring a
I'm
sock
agreeing
full
with
of
that
rocks,
all day.
I shouldn't bring
huh?
that. If I got a
You
sock
said
full of rocks to defend myself, I shouldn't bring it.
no, no. No. If you pull off your sock at that event and start putting rocks in it, now, like I said,
That's
once you start doing
premeditation.
something crazy, everybody start kind of backing up a little bit. That was like, okay, he kind of cuckoo for cocoa puff. Like I said, whenever I was in school and I started going around like this, and I picked up something, they wasn't as rah rah at first. They was like, okay, well, I can't pick up nothing. There's nothing around me because as soon as you pick up something, I'm coming after your head.
Yeah.
Soon as I see you doing like this, I'm on your bumper. So that's what I'm saying. Like if he would have pulled off his sock, found some rocks, and started stuffing that, and swinging it around, I rocks with that. It's like David and Goliath. I rocks with that. But
Yeah.
bringing something from home, like a gun, a knife, a taser, any if you bring anything, I think that's incorrect. Me personally, I think that's
Only other thing is that kind of throw this a little bit is the fact of the matter is it doesn't really seem premeditated. So that was one thing I felt like wasn't looked at as well either.
I
You
agree.
know,
I agree. Yeah.
they seem to forget that people do certain things and when they maybe in fear, maybe he did get himself in too deep. Let's just say he did, pop off at the mouth once they said something.
Mm-hmm.
Once the big boys raised up on you, you like, oh, you know what I mean? You get a
Mm-hmm.
little timid.
Yeah.
Now you thinking about now you caught in survival mode.
Yeah.
You know,
And I agree. I agree.
yeah, but I mean, at the end of the day, yes, still and all, maybe we should, yeah, it shouldn't be no weapons in school. Okay, you shouldn't have knives, shouldn't have guns. I agree with that part.
Yeah.
But we're
And I
not,
Mason
think
but we're
pepper
not.
spray is a weapon.
what
Mason pepper spray is a weapon too, though.
kids should not have this stuff. Period. At
Yeah,
what point in
but
school did y'all have mace, pepper spray, taser, good knife? When?
D,
But
we
what I'm
ain't
saying
go to the same
is,
type of schools, D.
but
I
listen,
went to. I did,
but
bro. I'm
listen,
in Birmingham,
When did
Alabama.
we?
listen right now. Just think about this, man.
Yeah,
Back in
we
the
went to
day,
school, man.
people put razors under their tongue, right?
Yeah,
They go to school with razors under their tongue.
But y'all know who those people were, and were there people looking for you?
No, they was looking for people that keep fucking with them.
uh, uh,
Were y'all messing with people at school?
No, we just knew people, bro.
Yeah,
That's it.
yeah. So that's what I'm saying. You know of the people that is getting picked on. I get it. You getting picked on or you getting bullied on. So you got to take it to the extreme. I do get that because we already know the administration ain't doing nothing. You can go and tell these teachers and everybody they go okay, well, but something always happens. So I think there's an
yeah.
issue right there. Also, that's the bigger issue. Like why are y'all? But they got their own rules and regulations that they got to abide by too, which is old and cooked out. But
It's all day, yeah.
But I feel
I
like
don't
people are bringing stuff to school now
to protect themselves.
to
Yeah,
protect
because
themselves because of
but
all these killings that's
yeah,
happening at the
Yeah,
school.
yeah.
and they hear about it too, and they hear about it too.
So of
And
course
listen, you said he was at all white school, D. We all know what they,
you don't know
no
what's
offense
going to
to
happen
nobody, but
now
I ain't never went.
in these
I ain't never
schools
went to
now.
an all white school. I ain't never went to an
we,
all white school.
You
we
don't know
saying
what's
he
going to
was.
happen in these schools now. You don't know if
Population
you be
schools
walking the
almost white.
Wait,
homeroom and guns go off
Yeah,
because somebody come to school late and because he been getting bullied.
yeah,
That's what I'm
yeah,
saying. They carrying these weapons because of all the other stuff that's going on around this world. So how if again it starts with the
I think it starts at
administration.
home.
It started with the
right.
administration first
Mm-mm.
and
Product
fix
of the
the
environment.
problem, and then it started at home. It's like, what are we doing
Exactly,
as
exactly. It starts,
adults that's stopping the bullying, stopping the cyberbullying, stopping all this stuff when
it's,
our
but
kids or somebody else kids come to you and say, hey, this person is doing this to me. You go talk to the other
Yeah.
parent, tell them, and they still do the same stuff over and over again. People
but
get
I think
tired, bro.
but I know that people get tired. And I get that, but like I said, it starts off at home. So the same situation happened to my son, and I'm getting this, I'm doing it, and the school was just annoying. Then I was like, okay, you know what? I'm pulling you out. I'm going up there to the school damn near every freaking month, and I was like, okay, this is a problem. So I'm pulling them out, and I'm going to start, this homeschooling stuff, which also comes with its own level of, complications as well. And then I went up there to the school, like I told you, it damn near every freaking month, bro. It was always something, and I'm getting fucking frustrated because these schools ain't doing, they ain't doing nothing. They ain't doing nothing. They was like, oh well, we didn't see nothing, and we got to do this, and we got to do it this way. And I was like, you know what? Fuck everything. We're gonna try this way, and I really do want my son to have the social because he goes to a majority YT school, majority YT, and they're weird. They're weird. It's just everything that is done doesn't make any sense. But that's where I come in. And I was like, okay, I got to make the freaking change because I see something that's going on that I have to do. So, but every kid is not in the same situation as my boy. So I gotta respect that too and understand like, hey, it's hard out here. It's hard out here.
Yeah, it
So
is. It is, man.
Like
yeah,
I
And
said,
a lot of the
I
time,
told
some kids don't even tell you that they're getting picked on and stuff like that.
my son, like I always told my son the same thing, and I taught my son combatives.
mm-hmm.
So whatever I learned combatives, I taught my son. So I told him straight up. I said, look, if anybody bother you, choke their ass out. It's that
Mm-hmm.
simple. He got suspended for it. But
hey,
the kid kept kicking his book bag, kept trying to bully him, and he choked him the hell out. You think I want to get mad about that? No.
Nope.
Because you kept telling the teacher to leave you alone, and the dude didn't leave you alone. So hey, you have all rights to choke him the hell out.
Righteous.
Yeah.
And then his mom get mad at me because I told him that. I said, I don't care.
It's a dog-eat-dog world.
We not gonna get bullied. I don't care what you say. I ain't get bullied
Nobody
as a
want their
kid.
kid to get bullied, man.
I ain't get bullied as a kid, and I damn sure ain't gonna let my child get bullied as a kid. So my kid will fight back.
Every single time, or do you teach them like
I tell them every time. If they mess with you, you knock them out the first time, and then they'll leave you alone. Cut it short right then and there.
I can't lie. I can't lie.
I one of them annoying motherfuckers that just want to fight you until he beat you. Right into a couple of them motherfuckers in my life.
If he lose, he gonna keep fighting him until he can't fight him no more.
Yeah, it's like, that's it. At some point.
But I did tell my son, hey, you hit a bully one good time, and you beat the hell out of him the first time he bothered you.
Gonna leave you alone.
Never bother you again.
He won't. Bully. That work with bullies. You got some crazy kids.
But even one of them kids, if they even thinking about bullying you, if they see you beat up one person,
yeah, they ain't gonna think about bullying.
They leave you alone most of the time.
Yeah.
Most of the time, and that is true. Like I said, pick up something, like, okay, we about to get it. But yeah, I don't know, bro. It's a hard situation because we already know how these school systems is. We already know how messed up it is. And what can you do at the end of the day? What can you do? Try to make the best of every freaking situation, but you only can control yourself. And I think a lot of people these days, because a lot of people not just walking away. A lot of people's frustrated. I can't walk away. I need to do this. And I don't know. I don't know. We don't have these kind of issues, overseas. In most locations overseas. So I think it's American culture that is like this. I think it's American culture. Like, you see people just walking around just hitting people. Like, for what? Because you mad? Control yourself. And that's what I'm saying. Control yourself. I understand that somebody attacking you. If somebody attacking you, then you got every right to protect yourself. I do believe that. You got every right to protect yourself. But at what point could you have walked away? That's something that I had to learn through therapy. At what point do you walk away and say, okay, I'm gonna get myself out of this situation? That's all I'm saying.
But how many times you gonna have to walk away, bro?
To stay alive?
I understand to stay alive, but after a while, it's like, because you can walk away a lot, right?
Mm-hmm.
As older we are now, most likely we're gonna walk away. We're not gonna even entertain it no more.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But when you was like 18 to 25.
Oh no, I was thumping. I want the smoke. I wanted the smoke. Yeah, but my mental changed
now because we older.
Yeah.
But before, it wasn't even like we wanted confrontation. But if you come to me with confrontation, I'm gonna give it back.
Yeah.
We never really. I was always taught, don't start nothing, finish it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not about to start a fight. Obviously, you want to start a fight with me.
Yeah.
But I want to finish it so you will never do it again.
Yeah.
So even if you lose, man, just
but
fight.
now it's like, now I understand the walk away part,
Hmm.
Because now it's like, okay, I'm not even gonna risk my life. It's this the way these people are now. You don't know what this person got in their hand, or
Righteous.
what they got in their book bag, or what they got behind their back, or what they waiting for around the corner for me to walk around and knock me over the head with. You don't know. So
And
now it's
that's what I'm saying.
like
So how do
I'd
we?
rather walk
How do?
away now, because now it's like, man, I
And that's
know,
what I'm.
because back in the
And
day, I know you will fight me a fair one. I know you're not
right.
gonna sit
Yeah,
there.
yeah, 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 and kill me.
You're
You
not gonna
coming
kill
back.
me. You're gonna fight me a
Yeah,
fair one,
Yeah.
because you want
but we.
everybody to know that you got hands.
Yeah, right.
Hmm.
And yeah, and that was the biggest flex. If you got them hands, if you got them hands, everybody leave you alone because you got them hands, and you
Yeah.
go through life just easy. And that was my situation. I was like, oh, we about to get it in. But now we're in a different era, so we got to change with the times. You know what I'm saying? It's not the
Yeah.
same anymore. So what are we teaching our boys? Ultimately, at the end of the day, what are we teaching our boys?
Walk away first.
Yeah, and that's all I said. Walk away first. It's not that deep, bro. It's not that deep because we can't teach them the same thing that we learned. Use them hands because you use them hands. Somebody's gonna get butt hurt because it's gonna be on social media. Everybody's gonna be laughing at you. You're gonna feel like you got punked out, and so now you got to go back and do something extreme, extreme. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
because
saying?
now it's and especially if they record it, you got
Yeah,
your behind whoop with just
yeah.
hands.
Yeah, it just
Yeah.
hands. And I think that's the difference because we didn't have that back in the day. If you got your butt whooped, you just got your classmates, laughing. But at 2 weeks, is not a thing anymore. It might get brought up one or two times, but it's not a thing anymore. But now it is actually a thing where you'll be talked about on the internet, and you'll keep on reading comments, and then you start going cuckoo for cocoa puffs. So that's why I was like, at this point in time, just walk away. If you got the space to walk away. But if you
Yeah.
locked in but then the kind of crazy part, the same discussion we had last week, even if you're running away, you might get shot in the back.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's just damn if you do, damn if you don't, bro.
Yeah.
Just like with that
This is
child
fucking
situation,
true.
if you run away, he didn't have nothing, he didn't steal nothing, got shot in the back. So it's kind of at the end of the day, it's still kind of messed up, bro. It's
It's
still kind of messed up.
it's like now it's the first person that can get is first person that who can get who first. That's what
Yeah,
it
yeah,
is now.
facts. But
So,
it's only in America though. It's only in America. If you
You're
go to
right.
all
It
these
only
other
in America,
locations,
but
it's not like this. It's not like this. That's why I was like, bro, I just need to get away from this crazy place. This place is what kind of server do I want to say? What is crazy server? Like no, not like a Fortnite server. A little bit something more extreme. I don't even think the game exists yet. But that's how America is. When you go overseas, they was like, oh, Americans are crazy. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, we are, because you got this craziness
because
Yeah.
overseas.
we it's like you
Yeah,
have to adapt to what's around you, because if you don't and you're not vigilant, something will happen to you.
dog eat dog world,
Like
bro.
Uh,
you have to have a security system. You have to
Yeah,
have cameras now.
a security system, cameras. You got to
Yeah,
have
you gotta
weapons.
have
I
all
got,
this stuff,
I
because
got.
the way the world is now, you can't even drive
Yeah, you got to
and
have
make
your
a
pistol.
mistake and do something without somebody
Road
getting
rage.
upset
Yeah,
or trying to
road rage.
approach
yes.
you.
And that's what
Yes.
and that's why I said it's an American thing. And everybody, Trump make America great again. And it's like, bro, we got so much stuff to fix, and people out here are going crazy, bro, just because life is hard, fam. Life is
Yes,
hard.
sir. Yes,
And we are
sir.
still the greatest nation on the planet. Like,
Man,
bro,
we
we got
never
so
been.
many.
We the great. What made us the greatest nation on earth? That's the comment that always kills me right there.
Yeah, me too, because
America,
I
the
go to these
greatest
other.
nation on the planet. Who? I mean, who?
My
Let's just
thing
say,
is
let's
like
just
50%.
let's put it like this. We
it's
go to
just
Latin
like,
America. We go to
Yeah.
Latin America and they chill. They on the beach, they chilling. They extra slow, which I hate. And then, I
but you
kind of
do
think
got
to
those
myself,
retarded ones and
yeah, you got the retarded ones, of course, but
that
I'm
rob
saying
people
just
for no reason.
the majority, the
Yeah.
majority, the
Yeah,
majority.
the
They
majority of
chilling,
them
they
just chilling.
relaxing, and they like slow down, and literally everybody walks slower. They drive crazy, but it's still like a chill thing. And if you go even over to Japan Everybody chill. Even in Germany, if you go to Germany, they take their lunch break. Everybody drinking beers. Everybody chill, and it's like everybody that's coming into those countries, changing the immigration and all this stuff. That's when stuff changed. America just always been loco. So you go over to these other places, everybody else see us as degenerates, bro.
Look, check this out. I love Japan, man. Everything
Me
is slow.
too. Me too. I love Japan too.
I love
Everybody
Japan.
chill over there, and
And they don't
they
got no
will.
weapons. They don't got guns.
No, they do got weapons,
They
but
don't
they
got
also tell
guns.
you let
Yeah.
The
let it
locals
let
cannot own guns.
no. But what I'm saying is the ones that do have the guns and the weapons, they already tell you politely, you can't be here. Go that
Right.
Go
way,
by that way,
tourist.
yeah.
And what will you
Right.
do? Because they in those
They do
nice
tell
suits,
you politely to leave.
they was like, you can't come this way. Go that way. And you're like, oh, I'm sorry. And it's like, it's okay, but just go that way.
Right.
And
Right.
Hey,
guess
hey,
Right.
what you
nice to
do?
meet you, but hey, you can't come
Yeah,
in
yeah,
here.
yeah. Nice to meet you, tourist, but you're not allowed in here. But it's so eloquent, and so that's what. And you already know the people that I'm talking about with the suits and the ties on, and they say you cannot come here. But that's why I said Japan is a whole different breed. Yeah, they got the weapons, but they're not using it on tourists and stuff. But that's why I say America is just degenerates, bro. It is just like we, we are like I don't know. It's like just a project. It's like a project. Just see how crazy people can go.
I think everybody
Mhm.
just. I this is what I think in the people in America. We got too much on our mind.
Yep.
We do not. We don't know how to relax because we always on high alert.
Edge. Yep.
Yep.
We always in pain because we're overweight, or the food that we eat is poisoning our
It's
bodies.
poison. Yep.
So if factor in all them things, of course a person going to be angry at all times.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's true.
And this is
That's
everything. And
true.
that's what I'm saying. What are we the people that we hire in to, represent us, they just trying to get a paycheck. Um they just trying to get a paycheck. So at the end of the day, it's like I said, a dog eat dog world. And that's why I said I don't want to be here anymore because it's already stressful in itself. But
Yeah.
eh, but what other choices do we have at the end of the day? What other choices do we have?
Yeah.
I mean, we don't, man. We just gonna have to figure it out as we move along.
Yeah, and that's why I said I don't think anything will get fixed.
It's
Yeah.
not gonna
Agreed.
get fixed because at the end of the day, we don't care about each other, and that's the
Mm-hmm.
problem.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Nobody has compassion for no one here,
Now that's church. Now that's church.
Yeah. That's very true.
and
That's
it's just
church.
like everything is just like we really don't like each other, and that's crazy. We don't
I
have
think
the
we like each
human.
other
We
whenever.
we just
Whatever
don't have the
benefits
human
us.
nature to just be good to each other. Like
Mhm.
Yeah.
there's no good people to each other. It's like what is going on?
Right. I agree 100%. And we are so divided. And right now, with all of this stuff that's going around, it's just like it's more further division. And then it's like a rich against the poor. And then it's poor against the color race. And then it just trickles all the way down, bro. And I was like, oh, that's why I said I got to leave, bro. I got to leave. It was like whenever I leave and I don't have to see this every day, if I don't have to see this every day, it is like, okay, I don't have to think about it. Oh, that happened in America?
But
Okay,
you could
normal.
tell it inside subdivisions. One neighbor don't
You,
talk to the other. I don't like this
yeah,
neighbor because of this.
yeah,
It's
and
like
that's crazy. Let me tell y'all something.
you
This is
don't even
crazy.
know me.
Exactly, but let me tell you something that happened whenever I finally moved to suburbia, got my first house. Our next door neighbor has a freaking pool, right? Next door neighbor, literally, I can spit into their yard. The next door neighbor said that I need to be present with my son in their pool while they're out there with their kids. And I was like, why do I got to be out there? I was like, if I had a pool and I'm sitting right here and I can see my whole backyard, why do have to ask the parent to be over here in the same area to watch my child? And that's why I said
Yeah.
times has changed. And I don't know about suburbia. This is my first suburbia. And I was like, has it always been like this? This is so weird, bro. It is so weird. And I was like,
Oh, for sure.
this is crazy because whenever I went to Japan, for the first time as an adult, they brought we at the club, we drinking, we singing karaoke. They brought me to their house. And they're like, no, you sleep on the couch. We're gonna go out tomorrow. We're gonna cook you breakfast.
Bro,
All of this stuff. They
Asians
don't
are
know me for
so
for
nice to
sugar.
you, bro.
Yeah, I know, bro,
They
and it's
don't
so
Yeah.
even know
weird.
you,
And
and
you
they will be
and
nice to you.
yeah, and the way that you feel weird because it is not normal from what we know.
They take you
Hmm.
to their neighborhoods. They
Yeah,
show you different places, and this place is
invite you
good
to
to
the
eat.
house.
I will buy. They buy your food for you.
They might, yeah,
They
and give
do
you a gift,
everything. It's just
and,
like I said,
and
man. It's just different, man. And it's
and
like
give you a
in the
gift
United
when you
States, we don't
leave.
like each other. It's that
Yeah,
simple.
and
Yeah.
we don't like each other, and I'm like, why do we not like each other when this is all we got? If the world, literally the whole world is really against us because we number one in almost everything, and that's the part that is crazy to me. So that's where I get upset. I get upset because I was like, Americans, we can dominate it if we could just get along and say we got this and pull together. I think we could dominate, but we're not going to be there for, I don't think, ever. So that's why we
No.
go to places like Latin America, we go to Japan, we go to Europe, because they kind of got it figured out. Not Europe so much because they starting to bring more immigrants. Did y'all see what's happening in the UK?
Nah, I
No.
didn't.
Yeah.
Bruh, watch this, bro. Watch this, bro. So the UK is going crazy, right? Because they let in so many immigrants, and immigrant went to a local. It was like really everywhere. So
Hmm.
the UK is going crazy. They like, look at this. They setting everything on fire because they've been trying to tell their leadership like, yo, it's too many immigrants over here just doing anything. And the dude that was the dude was from Sudan. So this is why they're going crazy. 65 fires in one day, bro. They going to houses. They are upset. They're finally upset. So they can't control it. So this is what's going on right now in the UK. So that's what I'm saying. I was like, I don't think any place is
Hmm.
safe on the planet right now. I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
think anywhere is safe on the planet right now, bro.
Unless you go to an island by yourself.
Unless you go,
Yeah.
but what island? What island do you go to? You see what they're doing? This is how it started. They was like, oh crap, we don't know what to do. We don't know what to do. So this is what they're doing right now. They tired of all of the immigrants coming in and taking over. So yeah, that's what's going on in the UK right now.
That is wow.
It is crazy, but you don't hear none
It
of
is
this on the
deep.
news right now. Yeah, they don't care
Yeah.
about nothing, and that's what I'm saying. Once everybody get tired, this is what I can say about Europe. Whenever they protest together.
Yeah.
If the farmers are pissed, the farmers are shutting down roads.
Hmm. Mm.
Yeah.
They shutting it down.
Okay.
That's what I can say about Europe.
Yeah.
Look at this. And I was like, we don't care about your vehicles. Like, look at all these people. Like, how you gonna control that, bro? How you gonna control that?
Yeah. They're going
Yeah,
fuck.
and they was like, "Yo, this is as far as we can go."
Yeah. They is going in over there.
Yeah, so that's why I was like, imagine if America could do this. You know how much stuff we could change, bro?
We can't band together though, man.
Exactly, and that's the ultimate point. We cannot band together because we fighting these little minuscule, issues that can be easily fixed if we all work together.
Yep.
Yeah.
All
That
right,
is.
fellas. On that note,
All right,
Yeah,
I
man.
think we done for the day.
all right.
Yes,
Y'all
sir.
have a good weekend, man.
All
All
right,
right,
fellas.
fellas. Talk later.